the northeast. I'm with Tony and Lawrence, and we're heading towards the twisties, which means I'm probably going to get dropped.
Nice and easy today.
So I'm back on the road bike after a bit of a hiatus, as you may have seen. I went riding the other day to the Wascally Way. It got pretty cold. One of those rides where it takes you a few hours afterwards to regain feeling in your hands and feet. And then we went out to the football and then out to the pub. Basically a recipe for getting sick. So I've had a bit of a cough the last few days. Finally feeling just about better, but it's fair to say I'll be staying here on the wheel for the next few hours. Aiming for 60-70 miles today, but hilly. We're heading out to the twisties. Quite a common ride around here, which is a nice, steady, twisty climb.
Yeah, I'm there.
There's only one person that's going to win a game of chicken with this thing.
What, Tony?
Yeah, Tony. That's what I slipstreamed earlier. I'm good, mate. Can you hear me? I'm having to shout over the wind.
You enjoying the northeast?
Very much so, except the gale force winds.
We keep riding into it, eventually we'll have a tailwind.
That's true. Can't soon enough either.
You know that headwind thing? It never ever works out like that, does it? You know we're just going to have one all day. You're never going to get a tailwind.
My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure. It makes me wanna dribble dribble. You know, riding in my Fiat, you really have to see it. 6'2" in a compact, no slack. But luckily the seats go back. I got a knack to relax in my mind, sipping some red wine. Nice.
Yeah, don't worry.
Lawrence is making a squeaking noise. Is it your knees?
Yeah, it's my knees, yeah. Ever since my skiing crash in France, yeah. Of course I crashed.
Love his stunt pegs.
The old tailfin. It's like a Roman chariot with the spiky things on the back.
I thought they were stunt pegs for doing tricks.
Yeah, that's something, yeah.
Do a trick.
This is where it goes pear-shaped.
On the twisties now. Might have underestimated how ill I still am, but luckily I've got these two hitters wheels to sit on, so I'm just going to stay here for as long as I can.
You can pretty much follow this all the way across into like the Lake District, so you'll go like Alston and then into Penrith. It's a nice day out there.
Is it twisty the whole way?
Well, the motorbikers love it, so yeah.
Why is it called the twisty?
So I think it like meanders up the hill, doesn't it? I don't think it twists that much.
You rename it?
I think the locals might have something to say about that. The parish council will definitely boot off, won't they?
Have you got enough drinks there?
I was really thirsty.
That's a lot of water.
Yeah, Tony's done this whole ride with no bottle and no food, and it's been quite fast. Has it been fast? I thought it was fast.
It was windy.
I might just be really unfit, Lawrence.
Sour snakes or fruit jellies.
Got a meal deal, £3.50. Cheaper to get a meal deal than to buy a bottle of Coke. I think my core strength's gone.
From what?
Ride my bike.
Oh.
And I had to like tense up as he went down.
Oh, we didn't film that. We haven't told the viewers. There was definitely not just a crash, which no one filmed. Lawrence, why is there a hole in your kit?
I tore it myself.
What did you... You carried all of them, the whole ride?
Snacks.
Lawrence has a boo-boo, so he's going into Co-op to buy some sweets to make himself feel better.
Now daft.
I've got a present for you.
Have you? What is it?
You have to open it and find out.
No, it's not for me. I'm not opening it. It's yours.
You're going to use it though.
Look, it's got your name on it.
I can't look, it's got my address on it.
They've missed the A on your name.
Francis.
Yeah, you can't even say it without a vowel. You've trusted me with a knife.
Oh, it's the motion plates. I've seen this online. So this is a very efficient version of the massive thing that you have.
Yeah, it's like a light version, I guess. So these are a new thing from Garmin that you put underneath your turbo trainer. I sound really ill now, don't I? That ride has definitely prolonged my illness by like at least another week. I'm not gonna ride my bike tomorrow. But we have 2 of these Tax Neo motion plate things from Garmin. Thank you for sending them. And, well, Lawrence, weirdly enough, mentioned that he wanted to do a Zwift race this week. So, what better way to test them than in a racing scenario? Do you think you'll be faster or slower with the motion plate?
I think I'll be slower because I'll be very unused to this system. I mean, it can't make you faster, can it? Surely.
Well, if it moves very slightly, it might be like a more natural motion on the bike. Who knows? Anyway, we're gonna. It basically goes underneath your turbo trainer and gives you a bit of forward and backwards motion while you ride it, which is supposed to be more realistic for when you ride turbo. So we will test it in a couple of days, maybe tomorrow. Then I don't have to do any riding. You can do the riding.
I had a punch on my car. I think it was because when I came off the motorway, I kind of dragged it to here. So I think maybe I put it in a pot or something. I don't know. But it's gone down.
Daisy, I have a very blocked nose, and you're leaving us, and it's just me and Lawrence in the house for a week.
For the first time ever.
What are we gonna do, Lawrence? We need to make sure we need to get lots of takeaways, and we've got to make sure the house is tidy for when Daisy gets back.
It's a lot of responsibility.
It is a lot of responsibility, especially because we're
I'm
going to
not
be
going to tell
bringing
you when my train gets back in, and I'm just going to leave it up to chance.
Right, muddy mountain bikes have got to stay outside. We'll just leave them outside the house.
And shoes.
No one steals anything up here. It's fine.
Oh, I see.
How do you say that?
Sturka.
Is that what you're drinking today, Francis? Is that why you went so well?
Yes, I drank that, and I also drank 6 Lucasides because they don't sell Sturka in the Premier shop.
My money don't jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle, for sure.